Hey YouTube, it's Mitchell Z back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing the It's My Hair tag. Sunset and Waves did a hair tag video recently and tagged me to do an It's My Hair tag video. So if you'd like to see my tag video, stay tuned. So this is 20 questions, so I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible. But if I ramble on, please excuse. Number 1, why did you start your hair journey? For me, that's a pretty easy one. I first started out just wanting to grow my hair longer. My hair was relaxed at the time, and I had like a really short bob cut. And I noticed that even after cutting off all the dead ends, I figured my hair was going to grow after that. And you know, a month after getting that really short chop cut, I saw more split ends, and that's when I knew something was up. So I wanted to definitely start taking better care of my hair. And at the time, I was just thinking of doing relaxer stretching, and it started me on just a journey. I just started looking at relaxer stretching videos. Then I started to find natural hair videos. I didn't even know it was possible that you could just go completely all natural, no chemicals, no relaxer. And that's when I started wondering what my actual hair texture was even like. And I realized that I couldn't remember exactly what my texture was like. And I even had a conversation with my mother about it, just kind of asking her, you know, what was my hair like? I didn't relax until I was like 11 years old. So I was natural for a while there, and I remember having longer hair, thicker hair, and that's when I realized that's kind of sad that I can't even remember my own hair texture. That pretty much solidified it for me, and I decided to go ahead and go natural at that point, because then I was just really curious to see what my hair was going to be like. How long have you been on your hair journey? This year was 5 years for me in May, and I transitioned 9 months before that, so it's been over 5 years now. Are you relaxed, transitioning, or natural? I am natural. This is my natural hair. Yes, I do have product in my hair in order to get my curls to pop like this, but this is my natural hair. What is your length now? Well, I've got bangs in the front. So the bangs are just about chin length, and then in the back it kind of goes down in between like my shoulder blades. What is your hair length goal? My goal length, I would really like to see my hair reach BSL. I think that's my, my goal length for right now. Mid back length I think is really pretty when the hair is like really straight, but really curly hair, I would love for my hair to be shoulder length curly. But from what I've been looking at recently, that seems to be like you have to be waist length or something in order to have, because the type of shrinkage that I have, my hair is almost like 50% at least shrinkage, so I'm guessing I would have to be like waist length, and that's a lot of hair. What is your hair texture? My hair texture, it to me looks like it's a 3C 4A. I know I'm in the 4s because I've got tons of shrinkage. My hair is a more cottony texture. It's not very satiny. Like my kids all have a 3 type texture. So I definitely am in the 4s. I have a lot more shrinkage here in the crown. But the type of curls that I have too, I know, are a result of using heat from time to time. But the curl pattern is definitely like a coily spiral. And I also have some S's. So, what do you prefer, health or length? I started my whole hair journey because I wanted length, but I realized if your hair isn't healthy, you're not going to see length because you're not retaining your hair's length. So I guess they just kind of go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other, so I guess both. If you could only live with one hair product, what would it be? I'm not going to say specific brand, but if I could only have one hair product, it would probably be conditioner. Conditioner's my favorite. What's the worst product you've ever used? Worst product I've ever used was probably, I used this hair gel in the beginning of my hair journey and I completely stayed away from it. It was an Ampro gel, and I remember I was working and I was on my way to work when I realized that my hair just had all of these white, flaky, weird things going on it, like those little flecks when you have that weird conditioner gel combination. I mean, it was embarrassing. Like, the minute I got to work, I went straight to the bathroom to rinse it out of my hair. It was a disaster. It was a disaster. So that was the last time I used that product. What is your go-to hairstyle? I don't think I actually have a go-to hairstyle. Like, each week I tend to like do different hairstyles. Right now I'm doing a lot of wash and go, but then I'll like do braid outs for 3 weeks in a row, and then all of a sudden I want to straighten my hair. So I'm just kind of all over the place. I don't have one particular hairstyle that I love the most, I don't think. I really like change and versatility, so whenever I'm ready to change, I just move on to another hairstyle. Are you a product junkie? Okay, so are we looking at, you know, how many products or just wanting to buy products? Because I don't actually buy a lot of different products. There are a lot of products out there that I would like to try, but I do have enough restraint. I do kind of curtail all of that extra spending. I was at one point buying like 2 products per week for a while there. I'm pretty much, whenever I do purchase products now, I just kind of stick with the staple products. Whenever I run out, I go out and get more. And right now I am sort of going through a phase where I'm trying things out. I want to do some more reviews and just try things and see what's out there. So, but girl, product junkie. Next question. How often do you trim your ends? Recently, I actually just did a trim, which is why my hair looks a little bit rounder. I trimmed off of the bottom length, and I kept pretty much all of this the same. I would say I'm probably every couple of months at this point. I know that I use heat, so whenever I do use heat, like every other month or so, I'll check my ends, and I really just trim for see-through. I like to have that blunt cut. So it's really not even for split ends and knots, but it gets rid of that too. And I've just always been like that. I probably shouldn't trim as often as I do, but when I say trim, it really is like 1/8 of an inch. It's more like what people would call dusting. So I would say that I use heat on my hair, like sometimes I'll do it twice in a month, or sometimes I'll wait like 2 or 3 months. So it really is just kind of like on a whim. Just whenever I decide I want to see my hair straight, I'll go ahead and straighten it. But then sometimes I'll feel like, okay, I've been wearing my hair straight a lot lately, let me go ahead and take a break from the heat. So on average it does end up being about every other month, something like that. Do I take supplements? The only thing that I'm taking right now is a multivitamin that's for women, and I also take fish oil. Sometimes I do take things like vitamin D, calcium, because I'm not drinking a lot of milk or eating a lot of dairy, so sometimes my vitamin D can get low. Yeah, multivitamin is pretty much the main source of vitamins or supplements. Your favorite oil? Definitely grapeseed oil. I really love that. I used to always use olive oil, and then I started using castor oil. And then, you know, one of them's really light and one of them's really heavy. And then I got to the point where I would mix the two. And I just felt like when I started using grapeseed oil, it felt like that combination. Like, it felt heavy enough, but it also was lighter than just straight castor oil. So that for me was like, once I found grapeseed oil, I felt like, okay, this is the oil. I like to do oil rinses with it. I seal my ends with it. But usually for deep conditioning, I do still like to use coconut oil or olive oil. My hair loves coconut oil, but my skin breaks out from coconut oil. I wish that oil worked out for me a little bit better, but it really does break my face out. Who is your hair crush? Okay, I don't want to fool around and admit how many hours I spend watching YouTube videos and looking through hair pics on IG and all that kind of stuff. I think I just have a ton of hair crushes. I just appreciate all different types of curls and textures and shrinkage and length, thickness, color. So there's so many different people, but I think it really depends on the style. For me, when I think of like long straight hair, somebody like Leo Body C5 comes to mind. Happy Hair Show, her channel, she's got really long hair. I mean, she's relaxed. It really doesn't matter to me. Her hair is like awesome. And for things like wash and goes, Natural Beauty 3, I always liked her for wash and go hair. And then to kind of watch through her videos and see the progression of when she had shorter hair and then it grew out and then she colored it. I really like wash and go videos. Right now, I really like Rita MayJune. Her hair is really awesome. Let's see, who else? Some of the people I like are like on Instagram. Like FYE Curls has a YouTube channel, but I think she's more active over on Instagram. Her hair is amazing. That's like my goal hair, where her hair is at right now. It does appear as though I have a similar texture. I'm not positive, but that's kind of like a goal length for me right now. Of course, people like Chime and Mahogany Curls and Long Hair Don't Care 2011, of course, was always, you know, so that's kind of a sad one. But you know, I still just think of like when my journey started, those were some of the videos I watched in the beginning. Aaliyah has always been, you know, my goal. Like even when I was relaxed and I wanted long hair, I wanted long dark hair like Aaliyah, and I still just feel like that's my goal. I really like keeping my hair dark, you know. That's kind of the image that I have in my head. So yeah, I'm a little all over the place though. You know, I'll tend to just like all different types of hair. So how long does it take you on wash day? Wash day, I guess it depends on the style. If I was going straight my hair, I mean, that can take a long time. I posted on IG about the fact that henna, when I was doing henna and stuff, that was a 7-hour thing. I would say it's probably about the same for when I straighten my hair, because now I do like a roller set. So the roller set in and of itself is like 3 hours, and then it takes me about an hour to straighten it out. And so that's in addition to the washing, detangling, conditioning that I did, you know. So I think when I straighten my hair, that probably is at least 5 to 7 hours of work. So wash and go hair, I would say it's probably, wash and go, it's one of those things where if I'm wearing wash and goes, it may be a couple of weeks that I'm doing it. So my hair is more moisturized, and really all I'm doing is jumping in the shower, re-wetting my hair, maybe doing a co-wash. So washing goes a lot faster. And if it's really moisturized and all I'm doing is pulling out shed hair, I'm not really detangling with like the Denman and all that, I would say maybe takes like 20 minutes to wash and detangle, but then it might take like 25 minutes to apply all my products, and then it takes a really long time for my hair to dry. So as far as the drying, I might pull out the blow dryer or sit under the dryer to kind of help speed things up. But Yeah, I tend to just do my hair at night. I do my hair at nighttime. So in the morning when I'm getting ready to go somewhere, I'm just taking out rollers, pin curls. I'm spritzing with the spray bottle for a wash and go. I don't invest a lot of time during the day doing my hair. You know, I do it at nighttime when I have time. Worst thing that ever happened to your hair? What is the worst thing that ever happened to my hair? Is it heat damage? Worst thing that ever happened? I mean, as far as me being natural, probably heat damage. The first time I gave myself heat damage, I had super straight hair in the front here, and I had to grow that out. So it took me a while to grow it out, and then I cut it, and then I had like little bangs. Yeah, I think that might be the main thing that has happened to my hair. And I still use heat, so there are still times where I see, you know, my hair is affected by the heat, and luckily a lot of times it does end up on the very ends of my hair and I can just snip it off. But I just feel like it kind of comes with the territory. When I do use heat now, I realize that that could potentially happen. Every single time that I use heat, I'm at the point right now, I'm not going to cry about it. You know, I do my own hair, I cut my own hair, I color my own hair, so I realized before I even get started doing my hair that it's possible that something could go wrong. So if something does go wrong, I only have myself to blame. It's not like I go out and I pay tons of money to have someone else do it and I told them and then they didn't listen to me. It's nothing like that. It's like I kind of just own up to it and say, well, you know, I know for next time not to do that. So, do you dye your hair, and if so, what color? This, I actually haven't said anything about this on YouTube yet. I talked about this on Instagram already, but for like the last four and a half years, I've been using henna to color my hair, and it originally was giving me like a reddish auburn color, and then I started using it more often and I started ending up with this like cherry red Rihanna type color. You could see it more when I was outside, but that was never my intention. I'm not a fan of like burgundy, cherry red type hair. When I started seeing that happening, I started combining it with indigo and getting more of like a brunette color, which was fine, but then my gray strands were not picking up the dye, so I started doing the two-step process, coloring my hair with henna indigo. So yeah, it takes about 7 hours for me on average, because usually I'll leave the henna in my hair for like 4 hours, and then you have to do all the rinsing out of that, and then mixing up the indigo, and then applying the indigo, and then letting that sit for like another hour, and then rinsing all of that. So yeah, it is like a 7-hour period, because you still have to deep condition after all of that. So yeah, I'm kind of over that. I've been doing the whole henna and indigo for like 4 years, and I've decided just recently I went ahead and did a semi-permanent to cover my roots, and surprisingly, come to find out, the stuff that's in the box, the Natural Instincts, it's like a demi-permanent, which is a no ammonia type color, and done properly and caring for your hair and all that, you know, it is possible to do something not drastic to your hair and still retain moisture levels. So I think that's what I'm gonna do from now on. So that's a new development that I'm just now sharing with everyone. But yeah, that's where I'm at with the hair dye right now. So as far as who I tag, I'm going to list them in the box below. But I pick Elite Creations. She has a really good YouTube channel. And speaking of hair dye, she recently dyed her hair. So if you're curious to see, you know, someone who's dyeing their natural hair, check her out. Coily Haired Beauty. She is a really good channel to watch. She grew her hair really long, chopped again, and now she's, you know, her hair is back again, and she does a really good wash and go. So check her out too. J. Marie A. She does a lot of really awesome like twist styles and protective styles and things like that. I'm really a big fan of her. And Curly Girl Lachelle on Instagram, or Felicia Schugart, I think is how the last name is pronounced. Her YouTube channel, her hair is awesome. Let me just say. Her curls are awesome. And really nice young lady, and she's got a channel here on YouTube and an Instagram, Curly Girl Lachelle. So those are the people that I tagged for the It's My Hair tag, and hopefully this wasn't too long, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.